Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about don't let your stuttering stop you from speaking for God. You know what I'm saying? So you got some people out there to whereas they could they could basically have this stuttering thing, you know what I'm saying? When they speak, they stutter and this and that. But I just want to say that if God is calling you to speak, bruh, don't even let your stuttering stop you from speaking for God, bro. I done seen all types of people who have all type of different speaking issues and speaking problems. You know what I'm saying? I done seen people take like 10 seconds to say like a simple sentence. They taking like 10 seconds to say like a regular sentence, like a regular sentence that people who actually could speak without stuttering, they would take for granted. Like, don't you know how many things we take for granted? Like, you got people out there, they be taking it for granted that the fact that they could speak and express themselves at a faster rate. While you got other people out there, it taking them 10 to 15 seconds just to say like a regular sentence. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I'm like, yo, like imagine somebody really chosen by God and they trying to speak and they could only say like one word like every 3 seconds, like every 4 seconds. I'm like, yo, that's actually like, bruh, that could reach a lot of people. That really is powerful, bruh. I'm trying to tell you. Do not let your stuttering, bruh, stop you from speaking for God. If God is calling you to speak, bruh, and if God wants you to speak up and speak the truth for his kingdom, bruh, don't even let no stuttering stop you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because I done seen people who don't even stutter. I done seen people who don't even stutter. And let's say English could be their second language or whatever. And they be struggling with just putting these words together and piecing these words together. It's like it takes so much effort for them to speak English or to speak like another language, depending on what, language they was their first language and then they trying to speak a second language. It's like they be really struggling to put out these words, bro. But let me tell you something. They still showing up for themselves, though. They still showing up for themselves, bro. Meanwhile, you got these people who could actually speak regular and normal, and they ain't even showing up for themselves. They ain't even trying to build a brand. They ain't even trying to build nothing. Meanwhile, they could speak regular. Meanwhile, you got people out there speaking like English could be their second language. They speaking real one word at a time. They really struggling to put these words out. And they showing up for themselves consistently, bro. They trying, bro. They really showing up for themselves consistently. And then you got other people who be stuttering, bro, and they really showing up for themselves. Meanwhile, you got these people who could actually speak real words and speak regular and speak normal and stuff, and they ain't even showing up for themselves, bro. They ain't even showing up for themselves. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, these people ain't even showing up for themselves. It's like they taking their gift and ability to speak for granted. You got a lot of people out there, they take their gift to speak for granted, bro. And then you got other people who can't even speak at all, bruh. So you got people who have stuttering problems. You got people out there, English could be their second language. They really be struggling to put them words out. They have to think and put one word out at a time. And then you got other people who can't even speak at all, bruh. And then you got those fourth kind of people who could speak regular and they speak normal and everything. They speak all these words and they taking it for granted. Bruh, do not let your stuttering stop you from speaking for God, bro. If God wants you to speak, bro, hey, bro, you speak. You know what I'm saying? You got people out there who could speak regular. They could speak regular. And they could speak all these words. They could speak all these real English words, like exactly how they supposed to be said in English and all this stuff. No broken English. And It's like they not really doing nothing with it. You know, they insecure of their voice. You got people who are insecure of their voice, right? But they could speak regularly. They could speak normal and regular and all this stuff, but they insecure of their voice. So if you insecure of your voice, right? When you could speak regularly and you could speak normal at a normal pace or whatever, how then insecure is somebody supposed to be if they stuttering? Or if English is their second language and they're really struggling to put out words of English? Or if they can't even speak at all, how insecure should them be? If you insecure too and you're speaking regularly, but you just insecure just based off of how your voice sounds. You insecure just based off of how your voice sounds. Meanwhile, there's people who don't even have a voice at all. There's people who don't even have a voice at all, bruh. You insecure about how your voice sounds, right? But there's people who can't even speak at all, bruh. People can't speak at all, but you're insecure about how your voice sounds, bro. Just sit back and think about it real quick. You insecure about how your voice sounds, but there's people who can't even speak at all, bruh. And this is not to look down on anybody. This message is really to put things into perspective and to really show people what's going on, bruh. Sometimes you gotta zoom out of the picture to show people what's going on. You insecure about how you sound and people don't even have a voice at all. They can't even speak at all. Them people would love to have a voice to speak. Them people would like to speak. Thank you. Them people would like to speak. Thank you, please. You know what I'm saying? These people would like to speak, but you insecure about your voice and you can speak. You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to keep it real, man. I know this type of honesty might glitch the matrix, but let me keep it real with y'all, bro. I used to be insecure of my voice too, man. Like, I used to hear my voice and I'm like, bro, what is this? Why I sound like this? Why am I sounding so crazy? I record my voice. I think I sound like, man, I thought I sound like, man. But when I record and then I play it back, I'm like, who is this? Who is this in the microphone? I'm playing it back. I'm like, who is this? You feel me? I'm like, who is this? But this was a long time ago when I was insecure of my voice. So that's why I said I'm not even looking down on people when I make these messages. I'm trying to put things into like a little bit of perspective. Because even I was insecure of my voice. I was recording my voice on like voice recorders and like videos. And then I hear my voice back. And then when I hear my voice back, it just slammed my medulla oblongata into the other side of my left brain. I'm like, what is this I'm hearing? This is not me. Man, I thought I'm supposed to sound extremely tough and extremely strong. Why I sound like a squiggly mic? Man, I sound like a squiggly mic. That's what I thought I sounded like years ago. But God was working on me about these insecurities. Now, bro, when I hear my voice, I'm like, yo, my voice dope. I don't have that insecurity no more, but God had to work on me with that. When it came to that insecurity, God had to work on me, bro. I'm like, bro, now I'm not even insecure of my voice. When I hear my voice, I'm like, yo, that's lit. Let's move on to the next message. But before that, I was shy. I was not confident. You know, like in the past, bro, we come on, bro. In the past, a lot of us didn't know what we was doing. Let's keep it real, bro. When we was lost in the past, man, we ain't know what we was doing. Come on, bro. In the past, bro, when we was younger, man, we ain't know what we was doing, bro. Man, in the past, man, you could literally sit in the man, please. In the past, you could literally like do anything stupid, bro, because you was lost. Like we was lost. We ain't know what we was doing. Man, come on. You really want to hear stories of the past? In the past, we was all broken. How you gonna judge somebody based off of their past when we was all broken? We ain't even known what going on. In the past, we thought 1 plus 1 equals 29. In the past, we thought ABC 10, bro. Come on, bro. We ain't know nothing. In the past, we ain't know nothing. I think when I was younger, I threw a rock at this kid, bro, because I was angry or something. I don't even know what I was angry about. He was running, and then I threw a rock at his head. Why would you throw a rock at somebody's head, bro? Why are you angry for? Bro, what did he even take from me? Did he steal something? I don't even remember what he did. In the past, I was lost. I was doing stupid stuff that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? In the past, bro, man, come on, bro. In the past, when we was in the village, bro, we was wiping with all type of, like, leaves and stuff. We ain't even had, like, all these extra tissues and all this toilet paper. We was wiping with all type of leaves. And bro, in the past, I was living in the village. I was poor, man. The poverty was stronger than some infinity stone, bro. The poverty was too strong, bro. The poverty was a little too strong, man, when I was in the past. I used to steal from my family just to eat. I wait for my grandparents to go somewhere. I try to go through stuff, stealing some money. Hey, bro, I was like a ninja stealing out of, like, cabinets and lockets and sockets. I was stealing money out of sockets, fridge, microwave, just to get extra money to eat. Man, I was stealing money from couches. Hey, bro, my family thought it was slick hiding money in cabinets and locks. Man, I was finding all of it, bro. I was finding money in refrigerators, fans, alligators, toilet bowls, ceiling fans, sockets, lockets, socks. You can't even hide your money from me, bro. If we was family members back in the village, you could not hide your money from me. I was going to find it, and I was going to go buy something at the store. That was the village life, bro. We ain't know nothing. We were just stealing extra stuff to eat. Man, we ain't know nothing for real. How you going to judge me when I ain't know nothing? You know what I'm saying? I already repented for all these sins. Man, bro, I done did so much in the past, man. We in the past, we ain't know nothing. Some of you have childhood stories that will probably top mine. I thought my childhood stories was the final boss, but some of you got some childhood stories that will top mine. How do you top my stories? How you did worse stuff than me in your childhood, bro? Hey, bro. I thought my story was the worst of all time, and I ain't even said all of them. This is just the beginning. This is the surface. But I thought, hey, bro, I ain't even gonna judge those who have a stronger story than mine. I ain't even gonna judge them for real because we ain't even know nothing for real. But let me see what else I gotta say on this message, bro. Do not even let your stuttering, bro. I even went off topic, bro. But hey, don't let your stuttering and all these insecurities and all this stuff, don't even let that stuff stop you from speaking for God. If God wants you to speak, bro, God wants you to speak, bro. You get what I'm saying? That could encourage people, because there's people out there who they could have a different problem, but they could still relate to you. You know, there's always somebody going to relate to your story. There's people out there to whereas your life story will relate to them more than mine, because you going through similar things, so they going to relate to you. That's why it's very important to fully dedicate your life to God, so he could use your story to reach other people. Because man, only God could use your story to the fullest potential that it's supposed to be used for. That's why you got to dedicate your life story to God, so he could use it the right way, so he could reach other people, man. Man, when people hear you speaking and you stuttering and all this stuff, you're going to have people motivated. You're going to have people like, yo, people going to be like really encouraged by your life story. People going to really be moved and touched by your life story. People going to be reached just by how you speak your words, man. People are going to be moved, and people are going to really like see like you really like, people going to really see that you're really pushing through these words, bro. Stuttering is like basically, think of it like you in the ring, bro, and you really fighting to put these words out for real, man. Hey, bro, you really pushing through these words like a soldier, man. Some people may now you always got those haters, bro. You got the haters, but you got some people who really gonna be moved by your story. They gonna be moved by the things that you're going through, man. They're gonna be like, man, you really pushing like to get through these words for real, man. You really throwing hands with these words to really get them out. I'm telling you, bro, people be like, hey, some people could be moved by that life story, man. You never know who you could reach. That's why it's important to fully dedicate your life to God so he could use your story. You don't know who you could reach. I don't laugh at people who stutter. I don't laugh at people who English is their second language. I don't laugh at people who can't speak. I don't laugh at none of them. If somebody stutters, I give them the time to really say what they're trying to say. I don't care if it takes 10 business days for them to get their words out. If God want me to really like help that person and talk to them, and I would sit there and I would not judge them, bro. I would not be laughing at them, bro. I would not make them feel uncomfortable. Oh, I'm laughing at you. Nah, man, I'm not doing all that. I'm too mature for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm too mature for that. I understand people got real struggle, bro. People going through real things. I be like, hey, bro, take your time, bro. You ain't even got to feel no pressure, bro. You ain't even got to feel no pressure, bro. You ain't even got to feel no pressure, bro. Take your time, bro. Fight through them words, bro. I'm trying to tell you, you ain't even got to feel no pressure. I'm trying to tell you. But, yeah, man, people going through all type of different things. There's different life stories that people is on, bro. There's different journeys that people are on, bro. Trying to tell you, bro. But I think that's basically everything I wanted to talk about, man. Like, yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to talk about, man. Peace.